Lunchly, as he has no poo yet. On that note, welcome to bullshit. And by bullshit, I mean Wonder After Dark. Yeah. Okay, welcome to the show. Welcome to the shit. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the welcome to the po. I'm out of jokes. Okay. Welcome to 40 out of 100. Yep. Welcome to hair. And hey, look, it's one. Shit. Say the line. I forget exactly how it went, but by 40, and by 40 out of 100, I mean 100 out of 100. I'm pretty sure that's how it went. Admittedly, even I'm forgetting my own stupid funny jokes. Anyway, in a rare Wonder After Dark moment, the background visual actually matches what we're talking about tonight. Be warned, it's of the you'll blindly judge it variety. Clerks is a 1994 American black and white comedy film written and directed. How ironic is it? That was your Minecraft movie review. Yep, it really is ironic. Also, it's a 1994 American black and white comedy film written and directed by Kevin Smith in his feature directorial debut. Starring Smith along with Brian O'Halloran, Jeff Anderson, Marilyn Gidget. Not even. You should re upload that when the movie actually comes out. I will. Anyway, I'm not going to try and pronounce her last name, but Marilyn, Lisa Spooner, and Jason Mewes and Scott Mosier, with whom he also produced and edited the film. It presents a day in the life of store clerks. It's in black and white, but only one of those colors actually matters. I blew up Malaysia. Anyway. It presents a day in the lives of store clerks Dante Hicks, played by O'Halloran, and Randall Graves, played by Anderson. And Pepper is screaming her head off in the other room, as well as their acquaintances. On to Clerks 2. Stay tuned. Anyway, it is the first of Smith's quote-unquote View Askew-niverse films and introduces several recurring characters, notably Jay and Silent Bob, played by Jason Mewes and Kevin Smith, respectively. Yeah. The film was produced by View Askew Productions and released by Miramax Films at a time in which they were still owned by Disney. Yeah. Kevin Smith is underweight, you think? Kevin Smith's not just underweight, he's for the record, I'd say it's better to be underweight than it is overweight, but with Kevin Smith, there's no in between. He's either underweight or overweight. He's either overweight and not very talkative at all, or underweight, it's still really bad. Yes. Anyway, it is though, but anyway. The film premiered at the Sundance Film Festival on January 22nd, 1994, and premiered, you're underweight, yep, and premiered everywhere else October 19th, 1994. Hey, look, that's today. Fatten Jesse up. Fatten Jesse up with those actors. Anyway, the film had a budget. I am going to run that joke into the ground. Anyway, the film had a budget of $27,000. Let's cast the guy who played Sam Powell. I'll refrain from touching my neighbor. Anyway, the film had a budget of $27,000. Although if we want to count post-production, let me try that again. The film had a budget of 27. No, no. Sam Pound was the guy. Ah, I remember now. My mistake. My mistake. My mistake. Anyway, I guess I snuck into a bathroom and I guess I need to brush up on my sex offender shuffle lore. Anyway, the film had a budget of $27,000, not counting post production, and made 4.4 million at the box office. Now that might not sound. The actual lyrics say, "Ooh, Alabama." Anyway, 4.4 million might not sound like a huge success, but when you consider that it had a budget of just 27,000, 4.4 million is actually Wi-Fi garbage for you. Yep. Now, 4.4 million might not sound like a huge hit, but when you stop and consider that's 4.4 million, it had a budget of pretty much. I mean, 27,000, that's pretty much the Hollywood equivalent of $1. The only thing lower than that, I think, would be, yeah, actually, the only thing lower than that is El Mariachi. It was 1994. You were only off by 1 year. 94. Oh. Okay then. Anyway, no worries. Everything is fine on my end, audience, but I assume whatever issues are on your end, which unfortunately I cannot resolve. That word, anyway. Okay. Shot in an alleyway. Shot. Shot for $27,000 in the convenience store and video store where Smith worked in real life at the time. Clerks was well received by critics upon its theatrical. Say it on camera in the. Retards. Anyway. Okay. Shot for $27,000 in the convenience and video stores where Smith worked in real life at the time. Clerks was well received by critics upon theatrical release and grossed over 4 million in theaters. They're retards. Grossed over 4 million in theaters, launching Kevin Smith's career. Of course, in 2006, it would be followed up by a sequel, Clerks 2, and in 2022, the trilogy would be concluded with Clerks 3. Mind the gap. Sponge Boy, me Bob. Anyway, often regarded as a cult classic and a landmark in independent filmmaking, the film was selected for preservation in the United States National Film Registry by the Library of Congress in 2019 as being culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant, all of which it is. But what about the reception? Because what comes after a wedding? Well, first of all, divorce. Second of all, a reception. Clerks was well received, as previously stated, by critics and developed a cult following. On Rotten Tomatoes, it currently has an approval rating of 90% based on. Oh. I like the end of the movie where they said maybe the real clerks was the friends we made along the way. I mean, not actually saying it like word for word. That's kind of how Clerks 2 ends. But anyway, on Rotten Tomatoes, on Rotten Tomatoes, it currently has an approval rating of 90% based on 60 reviews, with an average. Really, I mean, without saying it, it does kind of end on like a we're friends kind of note. Also, yes, it does have a 90% on Rotten Clerk. Is Clerks 4 happening? Nope, 3 was the last one. No. So the Clerks series is done. Clerks 1, 2, and 3. It's a trilogy. Anyway, it currently has. It could. It could happen. Stay tuned. Anyway, has an approval rating. I mean, you're not wrong, audience. It could happen. Will any more films in the Askew-universe happen? There is one that is likely to happen and was teased recently, but I'll save it till I'm done. Approval rating of 90% based on 60 reviews with an average rating of 7.5 out of 10. Or 7.50, not 7.5. The critic consensus reads, find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. With its quirky characters and clever quotable dialogue, Clerks is the ultimate clarion call for slackers everywhere to unite and, do something, I guess. This is stupid. Anyway. I saw and my brain just had to go there. On Metacritic, the film has a weighted average score of 70 out of 100, based on. The only thing I know about Clerks is when the second film portrays Lord of the Rings. Yep. Anyway, based on 17 critics indicating 3 hours of walking per movie. Yep. It's exactly why I can never fucking get into those. By the way, 3 hours? Stay tuned. Anyway. Generally favorable reviews. Roger Ebert gave the film 3 stars out of a possible 4, praising it for interestingly depicting a full day of utterly authentic middle class life, adding, within the limitations of his bare bones production, Smith shows great. The director's cuts are 4 hours a pop. No, never watching those. Anyway, Smith, within the limitations of his bare bones production, Smith shows great invention, a natural feel for human comedy, and a knack for writing weird, sometimes brilliant dialogue. Oh yeah. But what about the release? Oh god, what about home video on that big. What if Anakin liked sand? Well, then he probably wouldn't have done 66. I imagine if Anakin liked sand, he probably would have had the high ground. Anyway. And of course, home video, home media, physical media, whatever you want to call it. Clerks was first released on VHS on May 23rd, 1995. And this was then followed by a Laserdisc release on August 30th, 1995. Yeah, kind of interesting that the Laserdisc came out a little bit after the VHS. I like sand. It's coarse, rough, and irritating, and it gets everywhere. Unlike you, Padme. Anyway. Anyway. It was first released on VHS on May 23rd, 1995, and was followed by a Laserdisc on August 30th, 1995. Then it released on DVD on June 29th, 1999. The laser. What if the Anakin. Let me try that again. What if the What if the younglings killed Anakin? They would have had the middle ground. Anyway, the Laserdisc and DVD versions feature the original widescreen version of the film, audio commentary by Smith and various cast and crew members, 7 deleted scenes, the theatrical trailer, and the music video for Soul Asylum's Can't Even Tell. Then it was released on UMD on November 15th, 2005. Around the same time, or actually there's a release missing here. Classic Wikipedia leaving out vital information. Before UMD came out, it was released as a whopping what if when Palpatine said, "Now you will witness the full power of the dark side," and then you let out the biggest fart? No comment for that. Anyway, there's actually a release missing here, so let me add that in. In 2004, the film was released as a whopping 3-disc 10th anniversary edition titled Clerks X. And my ear is ringing. Then on November 15th, 2005, it released on UMD Video for PSP. Wikipedia, am I right? Yes. Then, in the fall of 2006, a new edition of the DVD exclusively in Canada. I have your ear is ringing, but okay, no, yeah. Then in the fall of 2006, a new edition of the DVD was released exclusively in Canada titled the Snowball Edition. It is just the same 1999 DVD with a new slipcover of a bikini-clad model. That's it. No difference. It's the same 1999 DVD, just now with a slipcover with a bikini girl on it. Made to resemble one of the porn videos that Randall mentions in the film. However, Smith was not involved. That's just offensive to Canada. Yep. Worth noting, by the way, Kevin Smith was not involved with, nor was he aware of this release. You heard that right. He was not involved with. We're not always snowing. Yep. And they're definitely not always bikini girls. Anyway. Alright. Then, I bet he was mad. I mean, he hasn't mentioned it since, so I imagine once the initial anger wore off, he just kind of moved on. Can we talk about the fact Kevin Smith was in Lego Batman 3? Can we talk about the fact Kevin Smith is in everything? Because it feels like Kevin Smith is in everything. Doesn't matter what it's rated, doesn't matter when it came out. If he can smell it, he's in it. To quote Jason Mewes, I'll fuck anything that moves. He was painfully unfunny there, just like Conan was. Haven't played Lego Batman 3, can't comment. Anyway, Conan was also in the game. I know, but I haven't played Lego Batman 3, so I cannot comment. And I just noticed out of the corner of my eye, forgot to put this in its position. Whoops. Conan is funny in general, in my opinion. Well, that's your opinion. I'm sorry, but that's just me. No worries. Anyway. Then on November 17th, then on November 17th, 2009, the film was released on Blu-ray for the first time. Pretty much all the special features were ported over from the... I think you're be gay. Okay, anyway. But yeah, on November 17th, 2009, On November 17th, 2009, Clerks was released on Blu-ray as a 15th anniversary edition. In terms of special features, pretty much everything from the 10th anniversary, the rest of the... Anyway, I'll do that. Anyway. Alright. In terms of special features, pretty much everything from the 10th anniversary DVD was ported over to the Blu-ray, along with a new documentary. Oh, what a lovely tea party. Originally made for Smith's 2001 film, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Unlike the initial 1999 DVD, Clerks X is no longer in print. not doing that anymore. Anyway. Although... Although not direct sequels in terms of addressing the original film's storyline, characters from the original Clerks, primarily Jay and Silent Bob, the fruity hetero mates, primarily them, appeared in the films Mallrats, Chasing Amy, Dogma, Jay and Silent Bob, Strike Back, and Reboot. Yeah, all of which take place in the same continuity as Clerks. Dante and Randall also return in Strike Back, which was originally promoted as the finale, but an official sequel to Clerks was announced a few years later. The live action, which one is Stan Lee in? Fuck, now I have to. None of these. Oh, Jay and Silent Bob Reboot, if you were wondering. Yeah, Jay and Silent Bob Reboot was Stan Lee. That was 2019. No. But that Stan Lee does have a cameo in Jay and Silent Bob Reboot. That's not. No, he was not in Chasing Amy. Actually, let me check that before I sound stupid. He was in Mallrats, not Chasing Amy. So, but he was in Mallrats, which came out before. So, slight correction. Stan Lee had Mallrats. The live action feature film sequel to Clerks was released on July 21st, 2006, under the title The Passion of the Clerks, although the film was released under the title Clerks 2. The credits for Dogma. Chasing Amy teaches you that lesbians just need to find the right much. The credit for Dogma stated Jay and Silent Bob will return in Clerks 2, Hardly Clerkin'. However, that project evolved into Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. The Passion of the Clerks. Yeah, I love that title. The sequel feature Hardly Clerkin'. Yep. The sequel features O'Halloran, Anderson, Muse, and Smith, all reprising their roles, alongside Rosario Dawson. And then Clerks 3 followed in 2022. But we'll save the sequels for another time. Oh, God. I should turn that down before I get a copyright claim. God, that's on 1%. Next time, Jay and Silent Bob strike and break into people's homes. That's a few movies later. that's a couple movies after that. Anyway. Aight, so, cunt. Just fingies. Fingy, whopper, whopper. Whopper, junior. Still, I want you to do Jay and Silent Bob. Still, I want you to do Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Okay, I will. I promise. Anyway. Special thanks to God, without whom I couldn't have done it. Mom and Dad, for years of support. Scott, for accepting an invitation to lunch. John, my hero Pearson, for having second thoughts. Bob Hawke, for having nothing better to do on October 3rd, 1993. Walt, for a copy of Dark Knight Returns. Ed, for being a little magpie. Kristen, for patience, perseverance, and love. Dave, for all the pretty pictures. Vincent for the inspiration. Jason for being Jason. Kim for 7 years. Bry for taking nothing seriously. Mark Dr. Love Tusk for not giving up. Virginia for saying be a filmmaker. Brother Don for always picking up the check. Mr. and Mrs. Taper for being understanding as parents. Ann and Andy for the long-term loan. Mrs. Laponte for the note. Harvey Weinstein for an unforgettable order of potato skins. And Richard Linklater, Hal Hartley, Spike Lee, and Jim Jarmusch for leading the way. The sign on the back of the car said Critters of Hollywood. Also, yes, you did hear that correctly. Special thanks to Harvey Weinstein for an unforgettable order of potato skins. That is actually written in the credits. Special thanks to Harvey Weinstein for an unforgettable order of potato skins. I don't have a joke for that. That's me quoting Silent Bob. I know. I've seen the movie. Seen the movie and love it dearly. I got 2 copies of Clerks to show. Oh, wait, what does it say? Special thanks to Harvey Weinstein for... That's the... Anyway. Alright. Alright. I got 2 copies of Clerks. Special thanks to me. I got 2 copies of Clerks to show here on that funny little camera. First up, the 1999 DVD. Miramax Collectors. Oh yeah, well I got 4 copies. Prove it. Anyway. This is the 1999 DVD. In Canada, now in America, this was released by Buena Vista. In Canada, it was released by Alliance. You know the shtick. Anyway. Miramax Collectors Series widescreen. That iconic poster that even I want on my wall. Miramax Collector Series, Clerks, Dante just being himself, DVD logo, product number. The back. Bonus features include audio commentary by director Kevin Smith and members of the cast and crew. Deleted scenes with introduction by Kevin Smith, alternate ending, Soul Asylum music. Talk about Ahsoka as a character. Sir, this is a Wendy's. I mean, Ahsoka is a cool character, but sir, this is a Wendy's. We serve Krabby Patties here, sir. Rev up those fryers. Anyway, favorite TikTok meme of the year. According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Annelise Cordenal. Anyway. Alternate ending, Soul Asylum, music video, and theatrical trailer. Now, I cannot show you the disc right now because it's in the player. And, you know, sometimes I look at today's DVD menus and I'm like, wow, Bubble Bass order was actually possible IRL. Yep. And, you know, sometimes I look at DVD menus now and I'm like, this is very bland. Then I see DVD menus back in the 90s and I'm like, so not much of anything's really changed, honestly. I mean, I can think of a lot of DVDs where the menus are this bland now. You know, this basic. Ooh, let's look at film recommendations. If you enjoyed this film, it's just a monster of a burger. Yep. Ooh, let's look at film recommendations. If you enjoyed this film, here are some other recommendations. Rounders, Phantoms, From Dusk Till Dawn, Chasing Amy, and Pulp Fiction. Well, gee, you think anybody who liked Clerks would also like Pulp Fiction and Dusk Till Dawn? Film recommendations was so nostalgic, yep. Anyway. Yep. Film recommendations was so nostalgic, yep. Okay. Oh, and if you're wondering what the disc looks like, obviously it would probably vary in Canada, but in America, this is what we got. And, of course, this DVD would later be reissued. And, of course, this DVD would later be reissued in 2011 by Lionsgate, and then it would be in 2011, and then in 2020 it was reissued again by Paramount. So Paramount is who currently releases Clerks. We're glad you watched Clerks. If you enjoyed it, we recommend you check out 41-Year-Old Virgin. Anyway. And then the other copy of Clerks that I have to show, of course I have it on UMD video. What was I supposed to do? Not. Yeah. Same art as the 1999 DVD, but of course with some differences. Yeah. Clerks on VHS. I don't own it. I don't have it on VHS. Jay and Silent Bob on VHS. Also don't have that. UMD video. Clerks. Same image of Dante. Product number. The back. Bonus features for the UMD include Clerks 2 on VHS. That doesn't exist. Clerks 2 was not released on VHS anywhere in the world. Wonder. What about Wonder During the Day? Anyway. Bonus features for the UMD include Clerks The Lost Scene, The Flying Car, and original Clerks auditions. Yep. Here are your scene selections. What's the opposite of wonder? Existential dread. And there's the disc. Yeah, very basic. Okay. So, Clerks. Where do I begin? Well, without going on for an additional 5 hours, Clerks is a very existential dread before lights. On April Fool's Day, assuming this show makes it to April, but on April Fool's Day, I should title the episode Existential Dread Before. Clerks is a great movie. Is it raunchy? Very. Is it juvenile at times? Very. Is it vulgar? Is that a question? We play, do you? Is that a threat? Is an amenaza? Let's have sex. Is it Gex Night? Anyway, but Clerks is a great movie. Granted, I wouldn't call it like, let's have sex. I wouldn't call it like a cinematic masterpiece. I would call it like pure spectacle. It was clearly a Gex offender. It was, it's clearly, a low budget movie. But it's a great movie and one that I really enjoy. And, turn off the subtitles. Regardless of what anyone thinks of Clerks, Like, even if it's not your cup of tea, it is a great film with, great humor, great heart. Cynical, yes. Clerk ain't no morbid. It's Morbin time. They're, they're morbid. Anyway. Okay, but it is a great movie, and one that I really love. Do this every day. Love it the first time, and I'll love it till the day I die. Or rather, the day everybody Mormon. Clerks ain't no Morbius. Mormon. Anyway. But yeah. Um, and I guess the thing that I really like about Clerks is that it works well in both contexts. As a standalone movie with no connection to anything else, it works really well. But as the start of the cinematic universe, which it was, it also worked really well. It's just a great movie all around. It's got great comedic timing, great comedic performances, great serious performances. Don't ask what Conrad Randall did at the wedding. It's best we don't know. Or the funeral, not the wedding. I'm stupid. Funeral. Funeral, funeral, funeral. Funeral. Shit. Okay, I gotta speed this the hell up because my Wi-Fi's acting. Yeah. Recap. We were talking about Clerks, the first one. There's your recap. Clerks. But yeah, Clerks is a great movie and one that I really enjoy. You know, and of course, it was the start of many great things. The start of Kevin Smith's career, the start of the View Askew universe, the start of the Clerks trilogy. All around, it's just a great movie. I really can't find many flaws with it. Loud car. Can you just or can you just stay at least 20 frames per second for a few seconds? What's funny is on my end, everything looks completely fine. So, I just have to. I assume what. Oh God, I wish I could see video of what's being described. Anyway, but yeah, Clerks is a great movie. 10 out of 10. Now going back to what Sylv said earlier. Will any more films in the Askewniverse happen? Clerks is a guilty pleasure. I mean, Discord? Okay. Enemy types. Sketches. Ooh. 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 I never seen it though. I'm stupid. Go watch it though. It's a really good movie. You might enjoy it. Especially because of how fucking cynical it is. Anyway, let's look at some enemy types. Let's take a look. Default, Sandbot, Clownbot, Kamikaze Bot. Yeah, I like these enemy types. Clerks is a terrible movie because it's in black and white, negative 100 out of 10. I'm going to give you no Mexicans out of all of them. Anyway. But yeah, I like those enemy types. Those are really cool. That's not sarcasm. I like what I see. Love what I see, even. Oh yeah, but going back to what Sylv said. Excuse me. Going back to what Sylv said. Will any other films in the Askewniverse happen? In 1999, I'm not changing the subject, but in 1999, a little film released called Dogma. This was the fourth film in the View Askew universe, coming after Clerks, Mallrats, and Chasing Amy. This was film number 4 in the series. This film was quite controversial, both with the Catholic community and Christians in general. Probably one of Smith's most popular films. Now, why am I bringing up Dogma, other than the fact we were talking about Clerks? Religion sucks. I know a certain Mexican who would agree with that. Anyway, now why am I bringing up Dogma? Especially because we were just talking about Clerks. Well, you go to hell before you die. Well, for many years, other ones I might do will be Witchbot, Sumabot, Dinobotches. Please make the Jesse bot ugly as sin. I'm talking like exaggerate every feature you see here to the ugly. That's a joke one, but I don't know, maybe. I'll allow it. Anyway, now why do I bring up Dogma? Why am I bringing up Dogma other than the fact we're talking about Clerks? Well, for many years, Dogma was unavailable. You couldn't buy it on DVD, couldn't buy it on Blu-ray, couldn't stream it or purchase it digitally. It was nowhere. This was because the film, let me explain. The film was supposed to be released by Miramax. There was a VHS. In fact, the VHS is actually pretty common, but the DVD and I'm going to call it Jackpot and put a Lucky Charm. Anyway, Dogma was supposed to be released by Miramax, but Disney, who owned Miramax at the time, didn't want to deal with the controversy from the Catholic community. So, they said to Miramax, to Bob and Harvey Weinstein, you need to sell this movie. So they personally bought the rights themselves, personally, and the film was released theatrically by Lionsgate. And then it was released on DVD by Columbia TriStar. Anyway, now remember when I said Bob and Harvey Weinstein personally owned the rights to this movie? Now remember when I said it was unavailable for many, many years? Have the dots connected yet? Yeah. Harvey Weinstein decided to be a greedy fucker, and right when the scandal broke, this film, Bob Weinstein is cool, yeah. But Harvey, specifically, right when the scandal broke, he decided to be a greedy little bitch and hoard this movie. So you couldn't buy it, couldn't stream it, couldn't do anything. Harvey is a dick, yes indeed. Now, I bring this up because Kevin Smith dropped a major bombshell. He has announced that he has now finally purchased the rights to Dogma back. Harvey is a P, yep. Kevin Smith has officially announced that he has officially purchased the rights to Dogma back from Weinstein. So Dogma is no longer under Harvey Weinstein's control. It's back in Kevin's hands. And he also announced that it's going to get a new video release, and it's going to come back to theaters. They're going to do a re-release. And remember when you, the audience, said, will any more films in the Askew universe happen? Kevin even teased a sequel to Dogma. He said he would like to do a sequel now that he has the rights again. So Dogma 2 might be on the horizon. No more, it ain't no lie. Yep, you were not listening. But yeah, so Kevin Smith writes a Dogma again, after basically being held hostage by Harvey Weinstein. Oh, I want to see you out that door, baby, bye, bye, bye. Stay tuned for Deadpool and Wolverine redo. Also, stay tuned for the inevitable Dogma review. When are we reviewing Dogma, you may ask? There it is. When are we reviewing Dogma, you may ask? November 12th, the 25th anniversary. So come around November 12th. Dogma's in the air. Prepare to get touched by an angel. Anyway, but yeah, I just wanted to take that. In other words, Harvey sold Dogma back because he wanted to liquidate everything. Close. You see, they already liquidated everything back when the scandal broke. What I'm describing took place this year. Despite the fact that Harvey is in jail, and despite the fact that the Weinstein Company doesn't exist anymore, Harvey still held on to the rights to this movie, meaning whoever does his legal stuff is whoever had Dogma, and they just refused. So Harvey sold it while in jail. Apparently. Don't ask me. Yeah, how the fuck? I don't know, but hey, as long... I don't get it either, but hey, as long as Kevin Smith has the rights to his own movie again, I'm just saying, as long the important thing is that his work is back in his hands. It's not in hands of, hey girl, come into my hotel room for a minute. I'm totally not gonna... I'm gonna stop myself there. Yeah. I just wanted to bring that up. I just wanted to bring that up. Hey girl, come into my Wonder After Dark for a minute. Good night, girl. I'll see you tomorrow. Too mad funny. Okay, but yeah. Yeah. I just wanted to bring that up. So yeah. To keep it short, Harvey Weinstein somehow sold the movie back to Kevin while in jail. EDP and the Quest for Cupcakes, yep. But let's put this back on the shelf until November 12th. Okay. Alright. What does it say? EDP did nothing wrong. Okay. Alright. I don't have anything else on my mind, but I don't want to end this episode yet. 1 second. Okay. I want to bring this up to it. I'm gonna go legitimately. How come? No worries, but how come? It's fine if you do, my audience, but would still like to know why. Good night, girl. I'll see you tomorrow. Because I wanna. Fair. If you want to catch up on the remaining antics, the replay should be up sometime tomorrow. Do the outro. I mean, normally I'd be opposed to doing the outro twice, but in a rare Wonder After Dark moment, this will be the double outro. Here's outro 1 of 1. Will I elaborate further as to why there's 2? No, because I've said enough. But for now, I don't know what we're doing tomorrow, but for now, that's all the time we have for tonight. But always remember, eat your cereal, go to bed. That was distracting. Go to bed. To be continued. God made you special and he loves you very much. If you do drugs, you go to hell before you die. Good night, and have a day. Well, joke's on you. I'm not ending the episode quite yet, so you can wait all you want. Oh, by the way, yeah, there's your outro. By the way, here's the funny image for tonight. Face the camera. But yeah, there's the outro. Tonight on the menu for funny images. Oh. Here's a Skelly chilling in the car. Please don't break the window. The AC is on, he has milk, and is listening to his favorite spooky music. Spooky. Alright, we're done there. Okay, it's actually getting pretty hot in here. Oh, that's funny. The heater is not... Okay, let me turn the fan up then. There we go. Alright, I got about 5 to 6 more minutes to kill before I have to wrap this up, so it's time for the future of Wonder After Dark. So, we are on... Actually, let me just look at the playlist, make it a whole lot easier. Alright, we are on... Well, alright, we're 109 episodes in, and we are currently on episode 110. 110. As for Spooky Dookie Nights, our Halloween October month-long movie review series, we are on 18, currently 19. I have a certain movie in mind that I want to review on either October 30th or October 31st. What the movie will be, stay tuned. As for future Wonder After Dark episodes, well, I think I have a general outline of where the show is heading. Obviously, since we reviewed Clerks, I plan to cover Mallrats and Chasing Amy in the future. As previously stated, Dogma will be covered November 12th. And then, after that, of course, we'll do Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Alright, but what about other future movie reviews? Well, I kind of want to cover the Herbie series in the future, just because these movies are so weird. I want to do a redo review of Inside Out 2, just to see if it's, still held up, if it's gotten any better with age, or if it's gotten any worse. I want to do a redo review of Deadpool and Wolverine, of course. Yeah. I want to cover the Thomas franchise to some capacity again. What else? I want to, because Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is coming up in theaters this Christmas, I want to finish the Sonic the Hedgehog saga by reviewing the Paramount Plus original series, Knuckles. So I'm going to go back and finally review Knuckles. Yeah. And finally... Okay, finally. And finally, I want to cover just a few... I want to cover the different DreamWorks animation franchises in the future. But I kind of want I don't want to go like in release order, so like Ants all the way to the Wild Robot. Instead, I want to go in order of franchise, and I want to start like at the top with Shrek, and then work my way down to the bottom with, the other forgotten DreamWorks animation franchises, So yeah. Yeah. Well, I think this is looking like the shortest episode of Wonder After Dark that we've had in a while. Is that a bad thing? No, it isn't. Truth be told, as much as I love the long episodes, I think the shorter the better. I mean, yeah, long is nice, but I think short works just as well. Who knows? Maybe we'll see some shorter ones in the future. Maybe they'll just get longer and longer to the point where they eat up my precious time. You never know. But either way, that's the future of the show. And of this bottle. By the way, you ever just wake up in the morning earlier than you want to? Like, you look at the clock and you say to yourself, oh, damn it, it's only 9:30 a.m. And by the time you realize what time it is, you can't go back to sleep because your body's already decided, nope, you're wide awake. And at that point, you're just pissed because you want to stay in bed and you don't want to get up, but at that point, it's too late. It happens to the best of us. It happens to the best of us. He's bouncing off my booty cheeks. I love the way he But yeah, it happens to the best of us. But yeah. Well, as much as I would love to go on for the usual amount of time, about an additional 20 minutes, I have to get ready for television. Saturday Night Live comes on in about 30 minutes, and I need to brush my teeth. Because I do that every night, like a normal person. Just like a normal person. Anyway, what we're doing tomorrow night on the show, no idea. Zero idea. Stay tuned. Will I allow... Oh, by the way, did you know that pubic hair... Will I elaborate further? No, because I've said enough. But for now, that's all the time we have for tonight. But always remember, eat your cereal, go to bed, to be continued. God made you special, and he loves you very much. If you do drugs, you go to hell before you die. Good night, and...